The Toronto Maple Leafs are getting goals from their depth, and specifically from their third line. Bobby McMann had 2. I know one of them was an empty netter, but a goal is a goal. And this
did have 2. You're right.
This third line for the Toronto Maple Leafs has been, since they've been put together, 5 games ago, scoring the lights up. Been unbelievable.
Oh my God. It's Scott Laughton, the straw that stirs the drink, apparently.
Yeah.
He's not even on that line.
Yeah.
He just makes it work for some reason. I'd love a deep dive on that, but you're getting the best version of all 3 players on that line. At a time where, like, right now, they're 4-1 in their last 5, but they're not playing perfect hockey. Mm-hmm. Like, the line that's carried them all season is line 2, and they've been invisible. So you need these performances. Like, you go and look at the best teams in the league. Some of them are, they have stars that are just crazy OP, like Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar and Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. But most other teams, looking at the Panthers, any given night, you get solid performances all around, but it's this line that took over, right? It can be
AJ Greer's turn to get 2 goals.
Yeah, the Thomas Nosek game, or the third line flipping the series on its head. This is great. Like, it's a line you can be pretty trusting of defensively. They're big but not stupid. They're big but not slow. They have scoring ability. They'll make life difficult for you. What's not to like? Seriously, I love them.
And what I'm curious about, I wanted to drill down on, is you said it's these 3 players bringing out the best in each other. What is Dakota Joshua at his best, Waugh at his best, McMahon at his best? Joshua
and Waugh in particular, net front, but Bobby can do it too. It's just typically if there's a loose puck, you would prefer Bobby to get it, I think. And if there's one on the other side of the ice, Waugh probably gets it, and Joshua is maybe the strongest in front. I guess they could kind of rotate Joshua and Waugh. They've been a tandem all season long and have had good seasons all season long. They just haven't been together all of the time. McMahon's got to use his speed, but he has to win puck battles. It's not enough to just be first on it. And like, that goal's a lucky one. Mm-hmm. Like, it hit the post, hit the goalie in the bum, and then went in. But you need those. And I thought Carolina defensively was really shaky in this one. But this is how the Craig Berube Leafs need to beat a team like the Hurricanes, who are probably going to outskate you a little bit, are probably going to have a little bit more of the puck. You got to bully them. And they got underneath them. They shoved them. They didn't really have much of an answer. Mm-hmm. Obviously they outshot the Leafs, but once the Leafs got into some sort of scoring position, there wasn't really much they could do.
Jesse, we're about to face down a 5-game home streak. So you're going to be at the arena a lot over the next week and a half. Home stand. And one of the guys I am curious about, and Steve mentioned him, is Scott Laughton, and what he is like to chat to, because the thing in Philadelphia was, this guy's great. He's all locker room. Also, he's useful on the ice, clearly. Mm-hmm. But what do you think he brings to this lineup on the ice first, and then I guess off the ice second, that has made him such a factor? Because since he's been back, it's been so unbelievably noticeable. On the PK, he's got a couple goals in a couple games. Like, this is a guy that really seems to galvanize the team.
Yeah, Craig Berube loves him. He uses him like a utility knife. Anywhere he needs a guy to step up and step in and do something, he likes throwing Laughton out there. And we saw it last night where he was up on the second line for a little bit and then back down to where he should be. And like you said, the PK has been so important. They've looked really good, and Laughton's been the entire reason that's been the case since he's been back. And it's weird how important Laughton is to this lineup. I think isn't good that he's so important. You don't want
I mean, they did spend a first-round pick on him.
Yeah.
But you don't want so much of your core resting on Lawton. But since he's here and he's doing good, that's good. So there's nothing to complain about in that sense. And then off the ice, the stuff, everybody loves him. Like all you hear from the other guys is how funny he is, which doesn't really come across in the little scrums because like it's media, they're media trained and all that stuff. But occasionally you see him joking around. Did we play the clip with Mark Masters?
We mentioned it.
We mentioned it last episode, right? Like those little things come out every now and again, but the guys always talk like he's one of the funny ones on the plane or in the locker room and that sort of stuff. So they love him, and Craig Berube loves using him everywhere.
I liked his interview when he was asked about going at it with Malkin in the Penguins game because I don't know. I kind of like he just got here. Obviously, he had an NHL career before this, but I was like, oh, yeah, he was a Flyer. Of course he hates Malkin.
Yeah.
And of course Malkin hates him.
That's the rivalry.
Yeah. I completely forgot about that factor because when they went at each other, I was like, wait, where the hell did that come from? Like the kind of the blindside hit. And then, no, I love him. I know fans have been resentful of the cost. And I understand that. But what I didn't love is when fans were resentful of the cost and they were talking about how bad of a trade it was when the guy hasn't played. I just don't think that's fair. And now that he's playing, please give him a shot.
Yeah.
You know?
In terms of like the fan base getting on his side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, cheer for the guy for God's sake. What we don't need, and I got to highlight this just because Leaf fans took such a beating this summer. What did Freddie ever do to the fans in Carolina?
Well, he hasn't been good.
No, I know. But like, I haven't seen it that was loud. It was the Bronx cheer for nearly every save he made. And at several points, I want to say second and third period, the Hurricanes were just getting booed. I know they were having a bad game, and I know Freddie's been bad. They're second in the Metro.
Yeah, but you have two goalies on your roster who are better than him, and you're trying to tell your head coach, we don't want to see this guy in our net anymore.
Right.
So why are we playing him? Let's do the thing we do as fans and yell in the stadium.
Yeah.
I think the reaction was totally fair. He's the third best goalie out of their trio.
It's fair, and you're right, but you know, some fans are monsters when they do it, and others are just expressing valid opinions.
Like I'm always on the side of if you're a fan and you want to boo if your team's bad, you can do that.
Whoa.
I agree with you, man. I totally agree. And you know, you got to have Carolina Hurricanes fans are passionate.
Yeah.
They care.
You know what that says to me is though that's a building of smart hockey fans. You know, earlier this year when the Leafs had a PK and Matthews made like a really great play on the PK and he got a round of applause because everyone was just happy and they're like, oh, this is awesome. Those are smart hockey fans. And when you see a goalie make a save on the second start of the game and you start Bronx cheering him, I'm like, those Carolina fans know puck. No, they know what they're doing. And
consider this. Maybe no one's ever going to sign there ever again.
Yeah, now Seth Jarvis is going to leave.
Man, they're so mean to Freddie. That's why he's bad. It can't be the fact that he's playing bad.
Exactly.
100%. You know, what came first? The toxic fans or the goalie laying an egg? You know? They're the reason he's bad. You're right.
If he was,
do you see how stupid this sounds when we apply it to others?
If he was playing well, they would be cheering him. And if not, so they're like, get him out of the net, play Bussy more.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. But you were asking, your original point was why are they getting on it?
No, I know. I was just surprised. Because I don't know.
You like Freddie. You have a soft spot in your heart for him.
Kind of. It depends which year of Freddie we're talking about.
Yeah, which time of year?
Yeah, the
Freddie.
end. Well, the end was tough. The end of Freddie Anderson in Toronto was tough, and there was a time where Hurricanes fans were like, bleh, because he was so good there.
Yeah.
It just surprised me.
Right. And he's coming to the end. Like he's 36. Yeah. His contract's going to be expiring at the end of this year.
A hard 36.
Yeah. Who knows how much time he's got left. This is kind of the end part of the athlete's career, and we'll usher him off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Until he goes to Edmonton and wins a cup.
Of course. Now,
but Adam was talking about Lawton.
Lawton is just I've been singing his praises since he came back. The guy rocks, and I do think the Leafs need good dressing room guys, but it's funny the type of dressing room guy he is. I feel like just sort of he's able to kind of come in and he doesn't have to be the biggest personality, but he just kind of he's like it's like he just kind of grows in and all of a sudden you don't realize it, but he's like one of the big personalities in the dressing room, and it just happened by accident.
The captain of the fourth line.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the fourth line has been working, right?
Yeah.
Lawrence, Robertson, and Lawton. Now,
I've never seen Robertson this happy.
No, he looks great.
He looks like he's having the time of his life.
And, he can play a little bit of his game. Now, in terms of like, one of the things we've never been able to say, I think, this season is that the top line, and Berube said it, so I feel like I'm okay to say this, carried the Toronto Maple Leafs last night in a big way, especially through the second period, which has been their Achilles heel.
Carried Sebastian Aho too, literally.